Nick Francis. I'm the Chief Product Officer for Brooklyn Vendor Assurance. This is Chapter 5 of the BVO Risk Management Basics course. It's an introduction to risk management and the basic principles to apply when managing vendors at scale. In an earlier chapter, we covered off how you would deconstruct a company's strategy into the right trackable elements and objectives, value drivers, KPIs, KRIs and KCIs. Then in Chapter 4, we looked at what is a KPI, KCI and KRI. In this chapter, we're going to look at taking that same approach by deconstructing a corporate strategy as the way you would do a similar exercise, but for your vendors and the services and contracts that they provide to you as a company. So this is Chapter 5, and relating what you've learned in previous chapters to managing your vendors. So you may remember this from Chapter 3. We discussed Big Bank and its strategy, and then the various parts below that make up that strategy and how it's deconstructed into delivery and then ongoing management. So in this case, we're going to swap the actual brand of the bank into the context of this is the relationship between the supplier and buyer organisation. And you being the buyer from that would agree, when ready and the time is right, the contractual terms of that relationship. Now, rather than this being the company strategy like it was before, is at this stage you need to consider the company strategy to make sure that is aligned in contractual terms of what you want from the supplier or vendor. So that agreement and that value add you want from that supplier is actually in line with the company strategy, but it comes through in the contractual terms. As whereas before we had the objectives of the company strategy, objectives in a contractual sense are more commonly referred to contractual obligations. So a slight change of wording from objective to obligations, but ultimately the same thing. The contractual obligations have a goal in mind, they are value drivers behind them, and then once you understand them, you can look at what are the actions to deliver against that obligation, what is the performance indicators of those actions and the positive outcomes of that, leading across into the risks, key risks, assessing actions and KRIs into the key controls as we spoke about before. So that's how we then take the same context from a company and a strategy that is in an organisation to applying the same logic and the same best practice to a contract. Look forward to talking to you in Chapter 6 when we're going to cover what is risk appetite and tolerance levels and how do you calculate them. Thank you.